Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about travel event beauty essentials. So basically what that means is if you have an event that is away from home, say like a wedding, usually for me it's always a wedding, but some sort of event where you want to look a little bit more dressed up and you have to travel to it. So whether it's like an hour or 5 hours or whatever, you have to travel to the event and then you have the event within the day. This happens to me a lot. I don't know if it's like a family parent thing that like we're just always leaving at the last minute or what it is, but I feel like the last couple of years I've gotten really good at packing for events that we have to travel to, and then I have like 1 or 2 hours to get ready and go to the event once we get there. I thought I would share with you some of my favorite beauty related products for situations like this. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first product I want to talk about is my Scentbird. I have been using Scentbird for couple of years now, I believe, and I have received everything so far in PR for free. They did reach out to me and ask me if I wanted to try a couple of their new scents and if I would talk about it in a video, and I said yes, so that is what we're doing. But I have been using Scentbird, like I said, for a couple of years. If you're not familiar with it, what Scentbird is it's a subscription service where every month, I believe, you get to try out new scents. It's a subscription service, but it's also a really cool way to test out a perfume before you make the big purchase. They come in these cute little containers which are perfect to just slip in your purse or a diaper bag or whatever, so I never ever worry about perfume spilling, and you don't need a whole bottle of perfume with you when you travel. Not only is it nice, like safe for long travels, but it's perfect to have at an event because you can stick it in your purse and it just doesn't take up very much space. It's like the size of a lipstick, you know, or like maybe a concealer. Really convenient and really easy to use and just perfect for travel. So I wanted to mention Scentbird in this video, not only as a good subscription service and a good way to test out perfumes, but it's also a really nice way to travel with perfumes. So the scent that I have in here right now is Derek Lam Io Crosby Silent Street, and I honestly am not sure how I feel about this scent yet. That's the thing about perfume for me especially, is sometimes it can take me a while to decide if I like it or if I don't, you know? It's not like spraying it on the card and smelling it is enough. Like I have to wear it for a few days to really know how I feel about it, because my first impression of this when I first put it on is like too strong. It reminds me of something that I just don't like. But after I've had it on for like an hour or so, I start to like it, I start to get used to it, and I enjoy the smell of myself, you know? So that's how I feel about this one. I'm not super familiar with Derek Lam, if I'm even saying that right. And then it comes in this nice little like velvet pouch that just closes, super nice for travel. Scentbird is awesome, I highly recommend that you try it. I also have to give a shout out to the Pacifica Underarm deodorant wipes. I've mentioned these in probably at least 2 or 3 other videos, so I'm not going to talk about them a lot, but I really love these. These are just great for when you have arrived at your destination, you're starting to get ready, and maybe you don't have time to shower. It happens. These are perfect for just freshening up under there, and they actually do have a deodorant in them, so you don't even have to reapply deodorant. I usually do just because I like my deodorant, but you know, you wouldn't have to. You could just travel with these and it could be not only cleans you up a little bit, but also is a deodorant. So I love these wipes. I have repurchased these many times and I definitely recommend them, especially anytime I travel. I always take these. Leading into sort of makeup products, this is the Physicians Formula Refreshmint Cucumber and Bamboo Eye Depuffer. This is a stick product that goes under the eyes before makeup, and it is so refreshing. It feels so nice going on because it's cooling. So if you've just had a long car ride or something and you want to freshen up, maybe you don't have time to like do a whole bunch of skincare, but you want to freshen up under the eyes, this is so nice for that. It feels, like I said, so cooling and soothing. It is cucumber and bamboo. It doesn't really have a scent. I thought it was minty, but it's not. I can't smell anything, so that's interesting. But like I said, it's so, I want to put it on right now, but I can't because I have makeup on. I also like this because if I'm going to an event, I will often, especially if it's in the summer, extra bake under my eyes because that's where I tend to sweat a lot. One of the places I tend to sweat a lot. So I will over bake a little bit under the eyes, which just means I put a lot of extra powder under there. And I like to have this as sort of a layer on my skin before I do that, so that it keeps my skin from feeling too dry and too crusty, if that makes sense. So that's what I like this one for. Foundation, I will probably bring a stick foundation. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin Shaping Foundation. I have been using this one lately. I actually recently purchased this at TJ Maxx and I've been testing it out. But so far I'm really enjoying it. And this one is actually extra nice because it has a foundation on this side and then it has a contour stick on this side, and I love my cream contouring, as you may know, so that was really cool for me. The shade I have is 2.4. But I like stick foundation because I feel like it's pretty quick. You don't have to put it on your hand or whatever. With most of the stick foundations that I have, you can build them up really easily and get like a lot of good coverage, and then cream products work with them as well. It's a nice combination, and I can use a brush to blend it out rather than a beauty blender because I don't like to bring beauty blenders with me if I'm traveling for like a short event, because you have to get them wet and then you have to pack up right away and it's kind of frustrating, so I'd rather bring a brush. For concealer, I have the Tarte Shape Tape, and I picked this one because I want one that is full coverage. Like I said, I like to kind of bake under there too. Also, I want one that is going to smooth everything out. That's basically one that I know works really well, always works for me. And also I can use this one to carve out my eyebrows. I will talk about my eyebrows next, but so this has kind of multi-purposes, but it works really well. It even would work as an eye primer. So this kind of is my multi-purpose thing that I would like to travel with. And also definitely bring to like a special event. So when it comes to eyebrows are the one thing that I will always do the same no matter how much time I have, because if I hack my eyebrows, I feel way less confident and way less better about all of my makeup. It just lifts my look, in my opinion, like so much by just having my eyebrows polished and carved out, that it's something that I will always do pretty much the same, and it can really carry a look. For eyeshadow, I have two suggestions that I wanted to make. So the first one is to find a really cute little palette. And this is by Flower Beauty, the Wanderlust LA Hollywood Hills palette. I feel like this one is good because there's more than one look that you can do with it pretty easily, but there's not so many looks that you can do with it that you're gonna be overwhelmed and try to do a million things. It's pretty easy. Side note, the glass, I think it's glass or plastic, came apart off of the cardboard, so that's kind of annoying, but anyways, I do really like this palette. These are really good quality shadows. I really am enjoying these Wanderlust palettes. I have a couple of them. The sort of silvery gray blue look is my go-to look, just a smoky eye with 3-4 shadows that I can blend out really easily, and I don't have to worry about a lot of detail work. And then it has like a nice highlight shade so you can really bring out that inner corner. And then you have the green if you want to do something different. It's just, I think it's just a really nice little palette, and this is just an example of the type of palette that I would recommend that you bring. Something that you can create a really nice glam, I would suggest smoky eye without a ton of hassle. 3 to 5 shadows, 5 being like the maximum number of eyeshadows I would want to use in a look in this situation, just because you want to keep it quick and easy and you don't want to be worrying too much about your technique. I could easily spend an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours doing my eyeshadow alone. I mean, I love doing eyeshadow and it's so fun for me. So I need to kind of narrow it down and force myself to make decisions quickly when I'm in a situation like that, and I have to remember, like, it's not fun makeup time, this is like business makeup time, but you also want to look really good. So I'll pick a small palette like this with a few number of shades so that I can stay focused and have a nice go-to look. Another palette that I bring though, no matter what I do, no matter if I'm going, camping, any travel, anytime I leave my house, not anytime I leave my house, but most of the time, I bring this palette with me. This is the BH Cosmetics Shaaanxo, the Remix eyeshadow palette. It's an 18 pan eyeshadow palette, and you have your 9 shadows on this side and 9 shadows on this side, and I've talked about this so many times, but seriously, it's a travel favorite. And the funny thing is, this is a travel favorite not only for the eyeshadows in here, I use the eyeshadows in here as face products, and they're some of my favorite face products that I own. The shade Bestie is one of my go-to blushes. It's the perfect mauve, but it's a little bit dusty, like it's not super vibrant. It looks perfect on my skin tone. The shade is perfect too because it goes with pretty much any look. So because it doesn't have too much pink in it, I feel like it's just a good natural blush for me, and I really love that shade, so I use that one a lot. And then I have used a couple of these other shades if I'm feeling really creative, so it's nice that you have a few pops of color when it comes to blushes, but the go-to base shade, and then you can mix these ones all together too. So it's actually like a really cool blush palette, and it's not even supposed to be a blush palette. And then the shade Dream Girl is shimmery. That I can use as a blush topper mixed in with my highlight. Island Glow right here is one of the most beautiful highlights for my skin tone that I own in my collection. Just a quick rundown of this side. The shade Clarity is one of my favorite base cream shades in general. Buttercup is a really good blending shade. Terracotta is a really nice blending shade. I've also used Terracotta as a bronzer. There's Silhouette, which is not a completely dark matte black. It's almost more of like a really, really dark charcoal gray, but it's really nice for smoky eyes too, and it has beautiful, beautiful shimmers. The shade Holy Grail is one of my favorite inner corner eyeshadow shades for me. I mean, I just really love this palette, you guys. Like, I know I've talked about it before, but I truly bring it with me everywhere. And like I said, even if I'm bringing like one of the Wanderlust palettes, I'll bring this just for the face products. My one tip for lashes, even if you are in a rush, I feel like lashes are worth the time because they can make an eyeshadow look really come together, and they can make a really simple smoky eye look that much better. Or even if you slightly overdo your smoky eye, which I've been known to do, you know, you just kind of are like matching the eyes and then you just keep bringing it up, and all of a sudden you have this like whoosh. Slap on some lashes and it can make the look so much better. It can make the look just come together and look complete and look really beautiful. So it can be a time saver, even though it takes a couple extra minutes to apply them. I will only ever attempt to do lashes though if my lashes have already been cut to size. I've already worn them once at least, so I know that they're the right size, because I always have trouble like trimming my lashes to be the right size. So I wouldn't even attempt to apply lashes unless they were already trimmed, already ready to go, you know, and then make sure you bring the glue with you. But the lashes I have on today are the Eylure and Nicole Guerrero. Not the fancy ones, but like the more casual ones. They're still pretty fancy to me, but that's what I like to wear to events and stuff like that. Okay. Alright, that is everything that I would bring to a event that I have to travel to. That was a fun video to film. I will leave links for every product that I mentioned, including Scentbird, and I do believe that I have a discount code for them, so I will leave that down there. All of the information on them will be in the description box. Like I said, this isn't sponsored by Scentbird or by anyone. They just sort of asked me if I would make a video on their product if they sent me some. That's why I wanted to include them in this video. Oh, my earrings. Do you like my earrings? I ordered these off of Amazon. I'll link those in the description box too. They are so cute and they were so cheap. And I've been on this astrology, like, zodiac kick lately, you guys. Ever since the zodiac collections, like the Wet n Wild one and then the ColourPop one, and hearing Kathleen Lights talk about all her zodiac knowledge, I have been on kind of a kick lately, and these reminded me of zodiac stuff. So I bought these on Amazon and I like that they're mismatched. I think that's kind of cool. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you have not already done so. I am officially moved in and starting to get up filming again, so if you're watching this, I probably eased my way back into a filming schedule because it's taken me a while to get there, but we're getting there, and then school will be starting soon, which will give me a little bit more free time, so things will get back to normal soon. But thanks guys for sticking around. I appreciate you all so very much, and I will talk to you again very soon.